Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to November 5, 2024. The markets have been closed for 1.5 hours. Current local time is 4:44 p.m. And before I go any further, because I'm pretty sure there might be some people who do look out for the top 5 stocks of the day, I will not be doing a top 5 stocks of the day. In fact, typically every single day I will have a notebook beside me and I will write down the ticker codes of companies that do release interesting announcements. I have not done that today. And there's a reason I have not done that today is because I have no idea what's happened in the market today. Apart from some of the indices are down because of the market index homepage, for instance, ASX 200 down 0.4%. That's the only thing I know what's happened on the market today. I'm completely ignorant. Completely ignorant. I have no idea which companies have released interesting or positive or negative announcements today. So I am literally completely ignorant when it comes to the market today. So I thought I might do something a little bit different. No top 5 stocks a day because I don't have a list. No list. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go through the announcements. Do exactly what sort of the process I go through before the start of trading every single day. Now, hopefully there's not a lot of really interesting announcements because this video might be a little bit longer than usual and I don't want to have or release a long video today because I'm falling a little bit behind in terms of time. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do today. So in place of the top 5 stocks of the day, go through announcements. In fact, I might go through the announcements before I have a look at the top gainers and the top losers. Yes, I'm going to do that. Go through the announcements before we have a look at the top gainers and top losers. Now, you might be asking, why am I so ignorant about the market today? It all comes back to the fact that I am getting the house painted inside and outside. And today I decided, and for various reasons, I decided to take the dogs to the beach, Sunshine Coast Beach. What's it called? Dicky Beach or something like that. There's an off-leash area there. It's a really nice area, long area. There's a nice little lagoon as well the dogs can swim in. Had a great time, was there for most of the day. Came back about 3 p.m. because I thought the painters might be finished around 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. They finished around 4 p.m. Finally got the all clear that I can come back in the office. So now the only thing right now in this room is myself, the computer, and the desk. And I am hearing a little bit of an echo, which is interesting because otherwise this room is fairly full of stuff. You have 2 bookcases. I have another desk with 4 monitors on it and other stuff on it because that's my working computer, my professional computer, and I need 4 monitors. Yes, 4 monitors to do my professional job. Yes, I do. We all use 4 monitors, which is interesting. Sort of like if you do see day traders, they use a lot of monitors as well. Anyway, so that's the whole reason why I'm a little bit late today, is because I decided to give the dogs a pretty good day, a fun day, because otherwise they would have been locked away because I have a lot of tradespeople, a lot of painters coming through the house, and the dogs love people. They just adore people and they want to be around everyone, and they would be probably a little bit annoying to anyone who's making money by painting houses or fixing stuff. Anyway, so that's why there is no top 5 stocks of the day today. Anyway, so how am I going to start this video? So, yeah, actually what I'll do first, the first thing I'm going to do is go through the announcements because typically that's what I do first. Well, it's not typically. What I actually do first is I have a look to see how the Americans actually did before. In fact, I did wake up and I did see the NASDAQ was up, Dow Jones was down. Let's have a look if that's true. NASDAQ is down, Dow Jones is down. Okay, that makes sense why our markets was down today. Okay, so let's have a look at the announcements. Okay, so this is exactly what I do. Interesting enough, on the drive home, I did listen to a podcast. I forget what the podcast was called, but they were talking about ASX announcements, how you get ASX announcements. And this particular expert said, all you have to do is go to the ASX website or go to the individual company's website. But what I do here is my favorite, in my opinion, is the best way to get announcements. It's via the Commsec website. I'm pretty sure you can do this via the NAB website, maybe Westpac, because a couple of the banks have almost exactly the same software or system, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so this is how I do it. For those who have never seen or don't know how you can do this through Commsec, So if you just go to the home page, so that's easy enough. If you go to quotes and research, it will bring you up to a particular company. So last company I looked at yesterday was Westpac, and tools. There's a tool tab. Click on tool, and for some reason it goes to BHP. Not sure why. I'm not sure if this is different for every single person. On occasion, it does change for me, so I'm not sure. But here, you go to company announcements. So you might think, if you click on company announcements, it just shows you all the BHP announcements. That used to be the way it was, but they've changed it. So now if you click on announcements, it takes you to all the announcements that have been released today on the ASX. All of them, 342 events. I don't want to go through all the announcements because you're going to see a lot of uninteresting announcements. Now, some people might say a change of director's interest notice is interesting. I don't think it's that interesting. Sometimes it is, but there's a lot of uninspiring, unimportant announcements. Like, for instance, application for quotation of securities VAR, product disclosure statement, don't really care. Monthly NTA actually is interesting. Proposed return of capital to shareholders, that actually is price sensitive. So what I typically do is I use a filter, and the easiest filter, the best filter by far, unless you know what you're looking for, is market sensitive. So all I'm doing is I just want to look at the price sensitive announcements. The reason I do that is I want to really find type of announcements that can drive the share price significantly higher or lower. So we're talking about trading updates, and not only trading updates, profit upgrades, profit downgrades, but they are the most powerful type of announcements. I'm also looking for financial results, Appendix 4Cs, 5Bs, what else is there, 5Es, that sort of thing, or anything that might trigger a bit of excitement in the market. That's the whole point of a market-sensitive announcement. It's an announcement, bit of news flow that can drive the share price higher or lower because the market is excited. Now, the first thing I just noticed when I did this, filter this by market sensitiveness, only 52 events today, 113 yesterday. Why is today so quiet? If you go back last week, so 52 events today. Last week, on the final day of October, we had 673 events. Then we're down 105 on the Friday. This would be one of the quietest days I've ever seen on the ASX. And it's a Tuesday. Usually you see Fridays fairly quiet. 52 events. So that means this little process is going to be fairly quickly. I'm going to go through this process fairly quick, I think. Okay, so let's go to the start of the day. This is all in listed by time. I suppose you can change it. If you want to put the first announcement at the top, you could do that. But I don't want to do that. You could even do it by pages, by name, but I just like to do it by time. And let's go to the very first announcement of the day. Market sensitive announcements. It's from West African Resources, which is a company I own. Now, this type of announcement I don't really care about. West African grade control returns 18 meters, so a bit of a drilling result. I'm not usually the biggest fan of drilling results until I see how the market reacts. So you can just hover your mouse over the ticker code and you can see how the share price has risen or dropped. Now, share price of West African dropped by 3%. Is that because of the announcement, or is that because it was a negative day for gold? I actually don't know yet. Can't tell you. Okay, so then what I'm looking for is just words in the title. So the title is very important. Now, Domino's Pizza did release something that could be construed as interesting. Announcement regarding CEO. Okay, so this is an announcement I usually will open up and have a very, or sometimes not very quick read. So it seems like the CEO, who's been with this company for a long time, 22 years as a CEO, he's retiring. This happens. I wish him all the luck, all the best for the future. I would say it's about time. Spend time with your family, enjoy life, because the end of life comes too quickly for some of us. Anyway, so he's retiring. The board has appointed Mark Van Dyke to succeed this guy who's the CEO, effective 6th of November. So this is sort of a sudden thing, looks like. Usually there's a bit of a transitional period, but it looks like this is immediate. I'm not sure. Maybe there's some health issues. Maybe his wife or husband is also, you just never know. Maybe they're 6. I've seen that happen sometimes. And he's been with Domino's for how long? 40 years or something? Let's say here, will retire after almost 40 years with the company. Okay, now this can do two things to the share price. It can raise the share price, particularly if the market is not much of a fan of the CEO, or the share price might drop if the market's like, oh, the CEO's done a pretty good job. We're not sure how the company is going to perform after the CEO leaves. So let's have a look at how Domino's share price has dropped today, down 6.3%. The market doesn't like it, which tells me, actually interesting enough, the share price initially rose. So there are some people who actually like this announcement, but they unfortunately saw their value in this company fall fairly quickly. Anyway, so let's have a look at the chart for Domino's. Now, the chart for Domino's was starting to look a little bit interesting, and I know because I'm a shareholder. So it's starting to look a little bit interesting, and I thought maybe the sentiment was starting to change. So this is my blue line. This is an important line for me. This is my line where I think if the share price can remain above this blue line, that would be a good sign moving forward. And it broke above that line about a month ago and was starting to show signs of moving into an uptrend. But then we did see a fair bit of weakness over the last 2 weeks or so, and the share price has fallen below that blue line again. So I don't think the share price of Domino's is moving into any sort of uptrend right now. And today has been a little bit of a bad day for Domino's. But I already mentioned that initially the market liked it. So if you have a look at the 1 minute chart, oh no, interesting. Initially the market hated it, share price dropped, and then there was a sudden rally in the share price in the first 10 minutes of trading. And the share price went all the way to a high of $35. And then within the next hour, it dropped back down to $31. So the day traders love this sort of thing, love that volatility. So this is the sort of announcement. The market wasn't quite sure, but in the end, the market doesn't like it. So that tells me the market actually thinks that the old CEO did a pretty good job, and they're concerned now about the future of Domino's. Okay, I'm not sure if I should spend that amount of time on each of these announcements, because if there's a lot of really good announcements, this video could go on for quite a while. So you notice I'm going to be skipping a lot of these announcements. And the whole reason why: Brazilian critical minerals, correction to lead manager mandate, I don't care. Active port, ATV entitlement issue update, don't care. So I am going through the titles fairly quickly here. Iris Metals, suspension from quotation, don't care. Strategic placement completed, I might care if it's a company I've heard about. OS China Holdings, don't care. Complete response in mass study maintained over 2 years. Imogen, share price up a little bit. Okay, so maybe that is a little bit of a positive announcement. Xanadu Mines. Okay, so I'm going to go through this much quicker now. You notice you see all these announcements with the same title. So there's 6 in a row here. And the whole reason there's 6 in a row is because there's 3 companies to this particular announcement. So Strike Energy, Echelon Resources, and Triangle Energy. One of the problems with Commsec is they double up. That's why we get 6 instead of 3. For some reason they do that. It is a problem with when they release announcements where there's a lot of companies attached to that announcement. Like there might be an ASX 200 rejigging, and there might be 10 companies in that. So you see about, was it 20 or 30 announcements, exactly the same announcements in a row. So it's one uninteresting thing, one problem with Commsec that I do know. It's a small thing, but it is a problem. Intelligent Monitoring Group, trading hold. Okay, this is interesting. So I did mention Intelligent Monitoring Group yesterday. Share price has been in a bit of a funk. If you didn't see that video, let's have a look at the chart for Intelligent Monitoring Systems, or whatever it's called. This company was in a really nice uptrend. And then they released their Appendix 4C, and the market didn't like it. And when you have a look at it, you can see why the market didn't like it. Barely operating cash flow positive. There might have been even free cash flow negative. Can't quite remember. A lot of revenue, a lot of receipts, but very low margins. And they have a lot of debt. So there's a few things not to like about this company. Now, there has been a lot of interest in this company. As I mentioned yesterday on the AusBiz call, there was a strong buy for this company. Anyway, so the share price has absolutely collapsed. So why? They did release a price-sensitive announcement not that long ago. So it can't be and not be It cannot be a price query from the ASX. Maybe it's another acquisition. Maybe it's an acquisition and capital raising. I'm just thinking. I sometimes like to do this. Why is there a trading hold? So let's have a look. Now, if it's a capital raising, this is horrible timing. Let's have a look. Okay, yep, capital raising for the purpose of announcing an equity raising. Do they say why? So I can't see anything about acquisition here. Okay, so they're doing a capital raising. Maybe they're doing a capital raising to decrease the debt. I actually would like that. Wouldn't mind that. But I don't like the timing here. The share price was 80 cents not that long ago. Now it's 50 cents. I would say there'd have to be a bit of a discount to the capital raising to get some buyers in because how we've seen the share price drop over the past few days. So I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a 10 to 20% discount. So there could be a little bit further to fall for this company's share price, particularly on that weak Appendix 4C. Okay, so that's what's that company? Intelligent Monitoring Group. PYC Therapeutics. That could be interesting. Let's see how the market's reacted. Flat, so we can move on. And here's another company who's doing an equity raising, Peak Rare Earths, don't care. St. Barbara. This one's interesting. They're doing a capital raising, institutional placement, and SPP to accelerate. Oh, I didn't see what the share price had done. I'm going to see, I can't remember what the share price of St. Barbara was before this capital raising, but they will tell us the discount. So let's have a look. $100 million placement. Capital raising is being done at a share price of 38 cents. What was the share price before? There should be a bit of a discount here. Okay, here we go. Offer price of 38 cents represents a 17.4% discount to the closing price of the company shares on the 31st of October. So we'll say about a 17 to 18% discount, which is fair enough. Now, the share price of St. Barbara has been a nice little rally, and this is exactly what management should do. When the share price goes on a rally and you want to do, maybe even if you don't want to do a capital raising, that's the time to do a capital raising. They probably mentioned why they're doing it. Funds raised will accelerate the development schedule for the Simberi sulfide expansion project. Well supported by existing institutional shareholders and new investors. So what would I expect the share price to be down? So it's an 18% discount, 17, 18%. So I'd say 15%, share price down 15%. Let's have a look. Share price is down 26%. Okay, that's a little bit of a surprise. Now, the share price opened about 37, 38 cents. So it opened at the capital raising price. Why is this interesting? Because right now, you could buy shares on market at a price that is 10% lower than the capital raising price. So why would you participate in the capital raising? Now, I have heard some people say, we're going to participate in the capital raising to support the company. You don't have to support the company. No, you just buy shares at a lower price. Anyway, this is interesting. This tells me the market is not happy with this capital raising. Share price down 26%. That is a little bit surprised. Now, let's have a look at the chart for St. Barbara. Now, the chart started to look really good. This could be, and this is even better than looking good. So the management went, oh, let's take advantage of the run-up in share price and do a capital raising. The chart was looking good. Is this the end of this uptrend? Has this capital raising destroyed the sentiment in this company? That remains to be seen. Now, this could be a good time to buy some shares in St. Barbara. Maybe this is a nice little buy-the-dip situation. I am a little bit concerned the share price is 10% lower than the capital raising price. That shows me the market does not like it. So St. Barbara, that's interesting. So I think definitely Domino's Pizza would have been in the top 5. I think St. Barbara would have been in the top 5, maybe, if there was nothing else out there. Commsec had an updated Appendix 4C. Here's another capital raising by WIA Gold. Share price flat. Kalina Power. Oh, there's nothing much else. No, there's nothing much else here. Positive changes to RPM reimbursement criteria. Res Theory. Share price did nothing. Merino Co International Board of Management changes. AGM resolutions withdraw. Here's structural monitoring systems, placement and security purchase plan. Okay, another capital raising. This day, I'm at 10 a.m. now. This would have to be one of the quietest days in terms of announcement that I've ever seen. Nothing has been. I would have struggled to get to a top 5 stocks today. I'm going to be honest with you. I usually don't look at companies who do capital raisings because you typically see the share price drop. So they've done a capital raise. This company's done a $5 million capital raising at a discount of, where's the price? 52 cents, a 24.6% discount to the company's closing share price. So that's a pretty big discount. I, again, am going to say the share price is probably between, I'm going to say between about 55 cents and 52 cents. So let's have a look at structural monitoring systems. 55 cents, there you go. So what I expected, down 20.3%. The whole reason it's down that much is because significant discount to the share price. And let's have a look at the chart. Is this a good capital raising by the company? And we'll know if it's a good capital raising is if the share price had been in a really, really good uptrend and had taken advantage of it. Not really. Not really. They could have done a capital raising back in August. Yeah, whatever. I'm not that interested in this company right now anyway. And that's probably it. So now we're after the market is open and Reese Pharmaceuticals up 4.5%. Phase 2 clinical trials. I don't usually look at those announcements, but today has been fairly weak. Merino and Co. pause in trading. What's happening there? This is a price query. Share price was up a lot yesterday, up 62% today. And then the ASX said, hey, what's happening here? The company has just listed. Share price is going on a massive tear. I'm wary about this company. I'm really wary. There is a Chinese link, and I have seen, this was like 8 years ago, there were a flurry of Chinese companies or base companies listed on the ASX, and they've all gone. And there are some dodgy things happening, unfortunately. And the very fact is, when I had a look at Merino and Co, had a look at their board or whatever it was just full of Chinese names. I'm sorry to say that, but straight away, that's a massive red flag. The other red flag is how the share price has increased over the last few days. That's a massive red flag for me. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see why they've done no trading hot. There it is. So let's have a look at the trading hot. I would guess it's an ASX price query. So let's have a look. Reason request for trading halt. There it is, pending a response to an ASX price query. Don't even have to look at the chart for. Actually, no. Let's have a look at the chart for. No, wait there. It all depends if there was another company in the past that had a ticker at MNC, and there was quite a few years ago. So you can't see it. So let's have a look at the Commsec website. And you just see the share price has just gone bananas since they listed. There it is. Share price was 20 cents when they listed. Now it's $1.40. Something's wrong here. Something is really wrong with this. Something is bad. Maybe I'm being unfair on the company. Maybe the market really likes a story, but this is either a really badly priced IPO or there are some shenanigans happening with Merino Co. The share price to septuple, if that is a word, over 5 trading days since they IPO. And in fact, if I was this company's CEO or whatever, manager or board or whatever, I would be furious with the investment bank who did this capital raising and said we should list at 20 cents because it's $1.40 now. Yeah, I'd be furious. You didn't get as much money as you could have. Anyway, so Merino and Co. trading halt. I think that would have been my top 5 stocks of the day, by the way. Anything else interesting here? Harvey Norman update on ASIC case. Share price down a little bit. Company called Gathid released their Appendix 4C. Is that a little bit late? Not interested. Another placement. Bod Science executes binding share purchase agreement. Placement update. A lot of capital raisings today. Proposed return of capital to shareholders. Love Group. My voice just squeaked when I said Love Group. Maybe I have something against love. So I'm going to be interesting with you. What an interesting day. This could have been the best planned day ever. So take the dogs out, be completely ignorant, about the worst trading day on the ASX in terms of announcements. I did not miss a single thing. I am happy about that right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the ASX today, have a look at the best and worst performing sectors, indices, and also maybe companies. And I'm sure I'm not going to find much there at all. It was a sea of red. Utilities, although the worst performing sectors, nothing bad there. Utilities down 0.71%, but everything's red. Real estate down by 0.05. ASX 20 down 0.47%. Now, let's have a look to see what has gone well and bad today. Which companies have gone well? I would say Goodman Group, maybe up slightly. I'm just guessing because every sector is down. So you're just guessing here. I'm going to say 6 companies up, 14 down. 6, 3 up, 17 down. Which 3 companies had a good day? Let's have a look. UB Insurance, they actually had a negative day yesterday. Aristocrat, share price in a beautiful uptrend. BHP. There you go. And the worst performing companies in the ASX 20, we have Macquarie Group, Westpac. So they released results yesterday. Share price actually did rise, if I remember correctly. Why? Don't understand. And REA Group. There's Woolworths and CSL and Fortescue. So BHP up, Fortescue down. And there's Goodman Group. Did not have a good day. Okay, so let's get to the best and worst performing companies on the ASX. Let's see if I've missed an announcement, which I might, particularly if it's a drilling results. And there's Merino and Co. We've already talked about that. The rest of the companies here are trading on fairly small volume. I'm going to have a quick look at Shimeric. Don't need to look at this anymore. There was slightly higher volume with this one, but not amazing volume. I'd say, yeah, there's no price sensitive announcements at all. Let's have a quick look at the chart for Shimeric, because this company doesn't pop up all that much. And this is the reason why. Share price in a downtrend. There has been some pretty big volume lately, but these big volume days, except today, actually share price was up on pretty big volume, but the share price has been below 1 cent recently. So this is the reason why this company has not been popping up. Share price in a downtrend, share price has been below 1 cent. Even though there has been some large volume days, it would have been filtered out of my screener. And let's move on. Australian Gold Copper. There's nothing here. Again, this shows you what an uninteresting day. There's no massive turnover. So let's move on to market cap. Hopefully some of my companies I do own are in this list. It's not working. I have to go back here. Lifestyle Communities. Share price has been downtrend. Chalice Mining. Ooh. Star Entertainment Group. Appen. I'm just going to have a look at Chalice because this company was on my buy watch list. Looks like the share price was trying to break out. I still think it's trying to break out. Share price is above a nice little resistance level. It pulled back. I should have bought this company a few days ago. I think today could be the confirmation share price is breaking out. That's Chalice Mining. I should write it down. Unfortunately, I don't have any notebooks open. Here's my notebook. It's actually at the side here. So when I lied actually this earlier when I said it's only myself, my computer, and the desk. I also have some of my notebooks here. Let's write. I'm gonna forget if I don't write this down. Now, doesn't mean I will buy some shares in Chalice, but I do like this chart. And anything else here? AMA Group was down big yesterday, now up, so nice little rebound. Vita Medical, Visan. So there are a few companies I own here. I don't own Vita, I do own Visan, AMA Group, Star, Noble Oak, which popped up on Oz Business Call the other day. Interesting. And Pioneer Credit, another company I own. No Pioneer Credit. So honest with you, nothing of massive note there. Now let's have a look at top losers. Now Peak Rare, I'm pretty sure capital raising. St. Barbara, capital raising. Structural Monitoring Systems, capital raising. Noxo Farm, no idea. Firetail Resources, no idea. I'm pretty sure that company was up big yesterday. And other than that, nothing of note. Avanti Group down on pretty big turnover, but share price of the company has been up and down a fair bit lately. Let's have a look. OVT. And to be honest with you, I don't have any interest in this company. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the share price rallied here because the Zip American CFO is now the CEO of this company. And for some reason, the market really liked that. That sort of thing doesn't really drive my nether regions because this company is extremely low quality. And let's have a look by market cap, see if I've missed anything. Domino's, St. Barbara, Frontier Digital Ventures down again. The hits keep coming. Hits keep coming. Share price went on a massive tear and now it's down back to where it started. Look at that, 4 up days in a row, now 4 down days in a row. What an interesting chart. Integrated Research down again. I'm just going to have a quick look at that chart. There is a price where I'm going to sell completely out of this company, and it's still well above that. But I don't like how this just dropped. I'm not sure why people are selling this. It's really cheap. So that's why I don't want to drop 55 cents, because if it drops below 55 cents, this company would be one of the cheapest companies on the ASX, in my opinion. I just think it's a negative sentiment that has been built into this company. You can see the share price dropped a lot. But the end, the worst of it is over. This company is now improving. It's turning around. But I just think that negative sentiment has just driven a lot of hate for this company. And even if they do release something positive, it takes a while. Even though they released something really positive in May, share price just took off. But yeah, they haven't released anything negative since then. I'm going to say that. Anyway, sounded like a boyfriend who's been dropped or something. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to have a look at Couple Brief just to see if I've missed anything here. Sure. ASX falls ahead of US election. Domino's plunges. Yep. Iron ore miners gain after China data. What happened with China? Let's have a look. China services PMI beats estimates. That's good. That's a good sign. Australia holds cash rate as expected. By the way, there was a Melbourne Cup today. I had no idea. I completely forgot. So, you know, the whole saying, the race that stops the nation, well, didn't stop me. I didn't even know who won. I wouldn't even know any horses in that race. Anyway, UK retail sales growth slumps in October. One reason I knew it was Melbourne Cup is because Australia holds cash rate as expected. And then I realised, yeah, it's the start of November and they usually make the decision on Melbourne Cup Day. So anyway, let's go back to Couple Brief. For some reason, I thought there was some sort of murder allegation against Penny Wong. That's not so, looks like. I think that would be much bigger news if that was true. Linus Rare Earth shares fall on a Macquarie downgrade. Again, I don't understand why people sell because of bank downgrades. I just don't understand it. MinRes rallies, which I didn't have a look at, with analysis mixed on Chris Ellison exit. So I'm not surprised it would rally. Market overreacts, up 4.1%. Market overreacts on news all the time, and it did it yesterday. Again, that's just my opinion. Lifestyle Communities, I didn't have a look at this. Shares soar at HMC Capital buys stake. Let's have a look at Lifestyle Communities. Is the downtrend at an end? Is this a time to get interested in this company? And the answer to that is no. And I'm just looking at the chart when I'm saying that is no. Audinate shares fall on, again, another Macquarie downgrade. I just don't understand it because these institutions would know if they do a downgrade, the share price would fall. And so if they really want to buy a company, all they have to do is do a downgrade and the share price will fall and then they come in and buy it. In fact, I'd do that. If I was them, I'd do that. Maybe it's illegal, but I would do that. Well, they have proof. Well, we're just thinking it's bad. And then the share price dropped. Well, when it dropped, we thought it was good value. So, you know. Morningstar adds IDP education to global best ideas list. I don't know about that one. I have to disagree with that one. I think this is a risky proposition. Did the share price do anything? No, share price still in downtrend. I think I'm going to end it there today. Yeah, I'm going to end it there today. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you won big in the Melbourne Cup. Pick the right horse. In fact, I am just going to have a quick look to see who won. Again, I have no idea who's in it. Is Farlap in it? What's happened here? What have we just seen? 2.4 million loss rocks Melbourne Cup. Belair survives the protest and wins the final run. Okay, that's a different race. Who won? We have to go to news. Who won? Okay, Fox Sports, you won. Knight's Choice. 100 to 1. 100 to 1. There you go. That's pretty big odds. That must be a bit of a shock. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about in today's video. Hope you've won big. Hope you've enjoyed betting, because don't forget, gambling, the odds are not in your favor. So understand that and make sure you have fun, because if you don't have fun and the odds aren't in your favor, then why are you doing it? So that's my advice for everyone when it comes to gambling. Make sure you have fun. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. And don't forget, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who's qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.